We didn't have a kiddie pool, so we used a roasting pan. Jay was 18 months old. It was deep, sticky summer in Back Bay. You know, those still, blinding days when the row houses draw the heat down to settle in the brick sidewalks, and the exhaust from the cars on Boylston and Comm Ave is so thick you can hold it in your hands. The condo was blissfully air-conditioned, but we were stir-crazy. I grew up with a woodsy backyard, a stream, a hose, a kiddie pool, one of those sprinklers that fans back and forth, the kind that stings the soles of your feet if you hold them over the spray too long. Those were the hot weather tools in my parenting toolbox. There I was, barely out of college, alone, with a pudgy-cheeked cherub who was sick to death of being in the 5 same climate-controlled rooms, alone, with a stumblingly mobile little man who had had enough of his wooden Thomas Railway. Alone, and starting to appreciate Steve, Blue, Mailbox, and Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper like a prisoner with Stockholm Syndrome. Walking was right out. We wouldn't make it around the block. Those awkward little legs were not interested in the stroller, and I was not interested in sweating for an hour, even in the name of sanity. There was a walled-in terrace out back, on the alley side of the building, but the garbage cans were ripe with the heat, and I was convinced in those Frankenstein-style shambling days that the stone floor would leave his head permanently scarred. Out front, 2 small green areas enclosed with wrought iron, each perhaps 3 by 6 feet, landscaped with box hedge and grass! No hose, no sprinkler. If only we had a tiny pool. No tiny pool, but there in the far corner cabinet of the small garden-level urban dweller kitchen was a roasting pan. Perfect for a 25-pound bird, why not a 25-pound kid? I know, some of you were thinking it, why didn't she consider the infant tub? I think I know now, but bear with me. It took some doing, bringing out the pan, bringing out the water, all while a toddler orbited like a curious little moon, but we made it work. He was a sight, splashing happily in a roasting pan full of cool water, wearing nothing but his diaper, and the drawn bow smile that stole my heart the first time he offered it to me. The shade of the buildings was welcome, the breeze from passing cars almost refreshing. In, out, in, out. Blades of grass on his feet, the way I remember blades of grass on my own feet as a child. Dirty rivulets running down his legs and pooling in the gorgeous creases of his baby fat. I think of that afternoon every time my young son plays in his kiddie pool or runs under the sprinkler in our small suburban lawn, because I was not Jay's mother. But Jay and the 2 amazing siblings who followed him into my heart taught me to be a mother in the small, silly moments like those. I never thought of the infant tub because bath time wasn't usually part of our day. I packed up my book and my sweater and rode the T home at the end of our days together, like Mary Poppins with a messenger bag. And Jay had bath time and bedtime with his parents. Jay taught me that motherhood is more than biology, more even than the endless, selfless, and often excruciating work of days, of weeks, of years, of forever. That sweet, bright little boy wove the thread of his life into the fabric of my heart, a warp and weft of connection and love like nothing I'd yet to experience. His little sister M left rows of baffled adoration, knits and pearls of headstrong, brilliant little girl laughter. His baby brother O, ever the independent soul, undid the seams of my already roomy heart and made a pocket all his own. Motherhood is the expanded heart, forever pockets full of love and unsnappable connection. To mother children in that way, before giving birth to my own son, changed my life in ways I feel humbled even trying to explain. I know it doesn't always happen that way. I know being a nanny is not the same as being a mother. I know not every child a nanny cares for takes up residence in the rest of her life. And yet, I know how precious those children are to me. Being me the way I was for them, is never far from my thoughts, never far from my worries and doubts about my own mothering path, never far from the bigger on the inside joy that is being mama. If that isn't a true reflection of motherhood, I don't know what is. That grinning little boy in the roasting pan, who taught me my first lessons in mothering, is now a freshman in high school, away at boarding school, and the little boy who made me mama is in kindergarten. When I see them together, bookends of my newness to mothering, my chest aches. I can feel the walls of my heart pressing outward, growing and reshaping to accommodate who they are now and who they were in the moments when each of them was the center of my world. Every cliche about the passage of time passes under my feet like the sting of sprinkler spray, and the children in my heart can only dip feet into a roasting pan of cool water now. Motherhood is the expanded heart, and mine grows to make room.